segment of today. We're gonna talk about footballers, like what happened crazy this week in football, in European football, especially Champions League and let's say also Europa League. So I'm having one of my guy here, one of the Barcelona fan. So we're gonna talk about what's going on crazy in Europe this week. So welcome, Sumana.
Thank you. And
So what do you think about the football weekend in Champions League?
so we had an incredible week, like in Champions League with Barcelona and Dortmund, Inter and Bayern,
Yeah.
Arsenal, Real Madrid. So I think like we have to talk about Barcelona and Dortmund, like the defeat of Barcelona against Dortmund. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the point. Like, which factor contributed to Dortmund's success against Barcelona? Like, which or what helped Dortmund to win against Barcelona?
I
Do
think like if you take like the way Barcelona has started this year, especially 2025, like in all of their game, like they were 100% focused. But especially for the game against Dortmund, like we saw that Barcelona players were not at 100% focused on the game because they, they I believe that they put in their mind that they already scored 4 goals in the first leg, so the second leg it will be easy for them. They just have to play the 90 minutes, which was a very big mistake from them. And one of the factor who really saved them was the own goal of or it was the own goal.
yeah, there was a point at time in the game during the game. Do you think that like Dortmund was going to make it a comeback?
Especially like as a Barcelona fan, I was really afraid because the way Dortmund was playing, they were 100% on the game. And I think also one of the factors that saved us was like a second half time when Pedri entered. Like we saw like stability
In the mid,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
middle.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Also like that goal has contributed a lot to
Yeah, the
to to,
own
to,
goal
to,
of
to maintain
Dortmund, yeah.
the stability.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So also there was a lot of games like we saw Inter Milan also. What a performance from Inter Milan. Ha,
What I can say is
crazy, yeah.
this season there's one club that people are not talking about. It is Inter Milan,
Yeah.
and from what I saw and what I'm seeing is coming, they are really in good position to win the Champions League because they have been decisive in all their games. Like even if you saw like the comeback they did against Bayern in the last game, scoring 2 goals in 3 minutes. That was really incredible.
Do you feel that they are more dangerous than Barcelona this season in Champions League?
Actually, like if you see the stat, Inter is a club that has considered like let's say only few goals,
Yeah.
few goals in the entire tournament,
Yeah, yeah.
and they have an incredible attack and also in defense. Like if you see like squad of Inter Milan, Barcelona, they are they're almost the same
Yeah.
in terms of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
efficacy
Sure.
and all. So they are really in good position of winning the Champions League.
Something that also surprised me a lot in this Champions League this
Mm,
season
mm,
is, let's talk about it,
mm.
is a Paris Saint Germain.
Yeah, yeah.
That's They are going so crazy.
This season,
I've never been seeing Paris Saint Germain playing like this. This season they are playing like there is what do you think? What is the change? Is it Luis Enrique? Is it the implication of players, or what do you think about the PSG this year?
what I can say is that this season, like we saw clearly that all the players are playing for the team,
Yeah,
not for themselves. Like we used to see Paris Saint Germain having like, but Paris Saint is a club like since like we can say 2020 and 10, always had best like hot class players,
yeah,
but they have never performed this so well in like yeah they went in final of Champions League um, recently with Neymar and others, but the way this season they're 100% in the game and off the game, like it's I think the mentality that the coach has brought to them, like all of them are focused on the team goal, or like on the team winning,
Yeah,
not in personal. If you see this Dembele reaction after the lose, if even though they qualified, he was really disappointed because like the performance was not there.
yeah.
And if you saw like what they did in the beginning of the season till now, like they wanted to maintain that superiority, like that class. And I'm sure like if,
Yeah,
if if they continue like that, even them they can win the Champions League.
I feel like there is more implication from the players also,
Exactly.
and the coach has contributed a lot, like technically, because I'm seeing them the way they are playing is kind of like I have never seen the previous team was having good plan of game, but this season like they are more calm. Like even they concede goal, like they are not afraid of playing their game, and they're having good players like Hakim is defending well. Nino Mendes is currently one of the best left back. Sorry. So and they're having Dembele, who everyone was saying Dembele is over, but this season is showing. We have also Barcola, Desire Doué. The guy is going crazy. Some people even is saying that he's the new Neymar. So PSG is. I feel like PSG will be in final, but let's see. Let's wait first and see what will happen in the
Yeah.
next
Let's
games.
see what will happen against Arsenal
And
because
we are going to the point right now. So one of the crazy things that happened in this Champions League this week. Oh, of course, my team, Real Madrid, is very disappointed, but finally we lost against Arsenal. What do you think? Like, what was the key point for Arsenal to win the both the matches?
I think like if you take like Arsenal mentality was let's talk on the pitch, not on internet. If you saw like since the first leg, the defeat of the 3-0 defeat, we did not see like any Arsenal players or manager talking online, but we saw during the week a propaganda of Real Madrid, a remontada, in all the platform
No, it's
remontada.
getting personal, huh?
No,
No, it's
no, like you have to be serious and see and see the reality. Like Arsenal is a club that Real Madrid has never won a match against them. In
they won one match in
in
Bernabeu. I think it was in Thierry time.
No, no, it was a draw. In
Yeah,
in
so
the in
yeah,
their entire history, Real Madrid has never won a game against Arsenal.
yeah.
So it's in the mentality of Arsenal to keep, and also
That's
and also they have never scored a goal against them. That's also before yesterday, and that's something that I think Arteta has put in the mind of the player, like to focus on the game, only on the game. Also, if you see in the game, like the second leg, the way Arsenal played, they were calm on ball control, giving pass. I did not see like any frustration. Even like when they got fooled by Real Madrid player, they just stand and laugh. That's
yeah.
the mentality we.
As a Real Madrid
Mm.
fan, I'll say the fact like they really surprised me. Like they were not having pressure because I used to see them in like Premier League when they're playing against Man City or other club, Man United. Even though Man United is going through a lot, so I will see them like the way they are playing is like there is more pressure. But I have seen them playing against the Real Madrid. Is Real Madrid in Champions League?
Mm.
Everyone is scared of Real Madrid, but I feel like they were having like that calmness, like no pressure, like just play football. And but for my opinion, I know I'm a Real Madrid fan, but I feel like it was not about this thing of talking too much. It's about like the management of the team of this season because of this season since we started the season like there was a lot of season that previously like we are going through a lot, but this season especially we are having some issue. Like the coach, I don't know, maybe he knows more the player, but I feel like the the way he's doing his lineup sometimes is
Like
not
I think
really.
the issue is not only from the coach. It's also from the management, because like we saw since the beginning of the season, Real Madrid, like all their keepers, especially like in defense, were injured. It's like Carvajal, Militao, and
Yeah,
we
Alaba.
went to
We were
the
having like
mm,
more than seven players who got injury. They
exactly,
come back to the pitch after a
and
month or after a week. They get to injury again.
and we had the January break, the January mercato to buy new players, but they
Yeah,
don't do anything. This
yeah,
was the biggest
yeah.
mistake they could have done this
That's
season,
that's why I mentioned the
because
management of
because
the team.
you cannot have 4 to 5 world class players up and not and having zero defense.
Yeah, I
Actually,
think the strike like for 1 2 seasons, like they will adapt, like they will get good striker. But I think like we were not focusing on the defense. Now the defense is we are fucked up. Let's say it. It's normal because we did not buy any player like to keep there. So the player that you are having, they don't have that level of this competition that we used to, because we are the biggest team in Europe. So everyone is
according
looking
to
for
you,
us. You know, it's normal. Everyone wanna beat us, especially in Champions League. Everyone knows that Real Madrid is kind of undefeated. So it's normal. Everyone will come in the mentality. Let's cook them. Let's do something with them. So we used to do comeback, but every year it cannot happen with this kind of defense. So that's the point also.
exactly, like we can also talk about the mentality of the players. Like Real Madrid, we saw like we have Vinicius, Mbappe,
Yeah.
and Bellingham. If you see like the team coordination, if you can say that, it's not there. Like there is more individuality in the game than actually a team game, like a team game. You see, Vinicius will have the ball, he try to dribble at the end. Will have Bellingham, Mbappe, and those other players free. Will not give pass, he'll just shoot. Mbappe same, Bellingham will do the same.
Yeah.
That's
That's
one of the biggest thing that have contributed to this result.
Yeah, that's why also I mentioned the lineup. The coach role is very important. Like the way he do his lineup and the way he's telling the player, like each player has to know like what is your role on the pitch. Because the lineup sometimes you can see like Chouamini, everyone is stating him like a worst player of Real Madrid, but he's a good player. Everyone knows that he's a good player. But when a player used to, we know they are professional, they can change post, but it's not like that. You cannot keep a midfielder as a defender and you ask him to be good defender. It's not possible. And it's just like it was not something that he prepared in the beginning of
Exactly,
the season. He
exactly,
just like after the other player got injury, he told him, bro, I need your help. You have to come back, drop back. So that's one point also, you know.
exactly.
And Bellingham, I feel like also the guy, bro. We have strikers. Most of them are competing for the Ballon d'Or. So that's one biggest point. Maybe they won't show it, but each one is having it on his heart. So they maybe that's one point also making them like being selfish sometimes on the
Exactly,
pitch.
exactly. You can see that. And also,
That
you have to talk about Arsenal teams.
the Arsenal this season, like I'm not seeing that much from them, because like previous season I used to see them like they are more on fire like
Mm,
in Premier League. But this
mhm.
year I didn't see something really like attractive from them.
I think like if you match if you watch like the game of Arsenal, you can talk about some players like Lewis Kelly, uh, Merino, Merino, Saka is always there. Saka is
Yeah, Saka is
he's
one
the
of the one
wonder
of the
kid.
pillar of this
Uh,
team, because
mm,
we have seen them. They're playing the
mm,
previous matches, but when Saka got injured, like they, yeah, of course they have Martinelli, Odegaard, all of these guys, like good players also. But
exactly.
when Saka is there, is different. So I I feel like Saka is more important also, is because he's giving a lot of the in the team. Like he's one of
Exactly.
when we talk about the strike of Arsenal, he's one of the players that like hit a lot like the opponent of the defense.
Exactly. If you saw like the way he performed against Real Madrid in both leg, and also this guy, especially your nightmare, if I can say it, Rice.
Not nightmare, but he did well, like, scoring
uh,
two.
two beautiful free kick,
Yeah,
and
of
and
course.
also in the second leg he did not score, but like he
He
like
played. He
he,
defend well, and
he played
they,
very well,
like I've
very
seen a
well.
team that's played together. Like they drop together, they go up together. Like they,
Exactly,
they all defend
exactly,
together.
exactly.
So that was a really important thing because we know that like most every year that when even Real Madrid they used to lose like first leg or they used to be first leg or all the time like in difficulties, but after that the second leg they used to do a comeback club. So that spirit was there, like everyone saying, yeah, we'll do comeback, but comeback has to be done with a team. Like this team, I think like this team is kind of team with one leg. There is the strike is there. They are not doing well, but they are doing their job. But the mid is unbalanced, and the defense is not. I cannot say even unbalanced. The is not existing.
Yeah, exactly. You're talking about comeback. Let's talk about Man United.
Wow.
With
But
an incredible comeback of last year.
unbelievable, unbelievable. Yesterday,
Yesterday was something else.
eh,
No, 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 no.
Man United did something that
But
nobody was waiting for.
we have to give credit to Lyon, because
Yeah,
Lyon playing with one man down from 78 minutes, and the extra time
yeah, yeah, yeah,
going to and scoring
yeah, yeah,
two
yeah.
extra goals.
Yes.
It was really incredible. It was really incredible. But also we have like what we can see is Man United this season, like we can see like they are not at 100%, but we can see the determination. Like they
Yeah,
they want to do something. Like they want to they want to give their fans like this, like what this that happiness that they are looking at. That's why, like, if you see, even yesterday there were two goals down, but they keep going, keep going
yeah,
until they score.
they didn't give up.
They
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
all the
yeah.
three
I
goals.
understand. They wanna make like they wanna achieve something at least because everyone is saying Man United worst season, Man
Exactly.
United worst team, worst management, worst coach. All of this stuff is going on. So they're trying to do their best, but I feel like Lyon also is good team because Lyon is one of the team I like in League One. They play very well. They have good structure of game and they have that spirit of winning also. But we'll give the credit to Man United because they have done something
Actually,
very crazy.
also in Man United, especially Maguire
Yeah, the
and Bruno
last goal
Fernandes.
was
Like,
very crazy. But for me, especially the best goal for me, I'll give it to Kobe Mino.
yeah,
Very
yeah,
talented. That
he's
boy
a
is
wonder
so
kid.
talented.
Like
That boy,
he's a very good player.
the way he scored that goal,
Mm.
I was like amazing. This boy, they have good players every season, but I don't know why. I don't know why. This club is still struggling with some matches in Premier League, struggling in Europa League. They are struggling. Why not keep going in Champions League? Why they are one of the biggest
Yeah, I think like
club in the world.
as any big team in this work, like it's like every club has a style, has a stage. Like you cannot always be good.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
it will be like there will be definitely a time where you keep struggling.
yeah,
But we can see like right now they're trying, like even though they know it's not at 100%, that they're trying to come back
yeah. But
and do their best.
I feel like they will come back. Yeah, I feel like they come back. But
Yeah.
let's see. It's a football, because I think next season also will be very intense in the like in Premier League because this season we have seen Manchester City that we used to see at that level, but they dropped. We don't know why because
Exactly.
all of the players were there, but just some few injury. Let's say Rodri the Ballon d'Or and Kevin De Bruyne in the beginning of the season, he was like having some injury, but he come back. Like most of the good players are there, but I don't know why they struggling this season.
Yeah, especially like for Manchester City, like I think something that, as I said earlier, for Man United is something like we cannot do anything against it, because like every club has his peak and downfall. So
But
it's
people are now really understanding like having all of these good players. Like we can understand for other team like they're having some good players. So all the players are good. I mean, if I say a good player, like I mean, like some player are above others, you know.
Yeah. Also, there is
So
something like you have to take in consideration, like people, the the last 6 7 years, that used to see a Man United, which is a Manchester City, which is dominant in everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Manchester
sure.
City winning everything. So for them, like suddenly seeing that the club is struggling, like if and also they're not taking in consideration where they came from in the last like 10 to 15 years, 15 years back. Like we, ca- we can see that Pep Guardiola has tried everything.
Like
Like he has done
he
everything,
has done like
winning
very
win,
good
winning
things.
the Premier League
Champions
like
League
4 years back to back. It's something that I don't
is,
think so. Like there will be a team
yeah,
in Premier League
that's really
which will done that.
that's really amazing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy, huh?
and we have to give him credit for that. And I
Yeah,
think also there's a club in Premier League, like we have to talk about it, Tottenham.
Tottenham,
Like
yeah.
after their yesterday performance against Frankfurt, I think Tottenham also is in that kind of like period like Manchester United, but for Tottenham, but for Tottenham you can say like it's mainly due to their injuries, because if you see like in their injury list, like almost all their men players are injured this
Yeah, they
season.
main goods.
So that they're really struggling. They're really struggling, and that's they're really trying to come back. And I think so like winning not like the Europa League, it's a possibility for them to win, because like that opponent is let me see. I don't remember the name of the team of yesterday. Like the next opponent, but it's like big, they have a big probability to go in final. As for Manchester United, it will be really their first what do you call it, Athletic Bilbao, and Athletic Bilbao
Wo-
is a world class
Good.
club, and
Very, yeah.
we know that Spanish club that they're really good, especially Athletic Bilbao. They are a very big up like club. So
Yeah.
to be
There is one thing also, like all of us were waiting for, like in Premier League, like Mo Salah,
exactly.
like beginning of the season, amazing, incredible Liverpool doing things crazy. The way they dominate the Premier League, the way they come to the Champions League, like everything was crazy. Since uh, what happened with PSG, like no one was waiting for, and
Uh,
then we start seeing them again going worse in Premier League, even though like they are leading the Premier League there with some
yeah, like
difference of point.
from winning the treble to only one trophy, it was really like it was really from dream to, if you can say
Yeah,
it,
I
from
feel like
dream to nightmare.
most of the
Like
opinion in football, like people were thinking that Mo Salah will be the Ballon d'Or of this
exactly,
season,
exactly,
because we beside it, we were having like Rafinha, but the way he started the season, like everyone say, "Oh, amazing! This time is Mo Salah." But
exactly.
after the drop, like after losing in Champions League, because you know Champions League is very important, like in the decision of Ballon d'Or, like let's say like that. And also like, well, we are not seeing him performing like at that level anymore. I don't know if it's kind of disappointment. Maybe they are not playing Champions League,
Uh,
but everyone also were thinking like there will be probably a transfer to go in another club, maybe PSG, maybe I don't know,
Talking about
Barcelona.
Barcelona,
Barcelona,
yeah.
like there was a lot of rumors, but
Mm. Now he
and then
says,
after that, staying again. So
mm. I think like Liverpool, like Liverpool has like what the way they started the season, like it was like Barcelona, but at the end, I say like there was that consistency
yeah,
to go till the end,
yeah, yeah.
because you can see losing like losing like losing against PSG, PSG,
Like
this season
everyone is
the
in
season
underestimating PSG.
yeah,
Like
the season of PSG is just
kind of,
extraordinary, and we can see like also in this thing, FA Cup, they lost in FA Cup, and and then also the way even though that they are winning the Premier League, the way that they are struggling right now in Premier League, it shows really that that mentality that the coach has brought in the beginning of the season,
Yeah,
like,
is
has
has
slowly
decreased.
disappeared in their mind.
Yeah,
And also it's something like, if I can say, if I can give like an advice to Barcelona, they should keep going with that mentality of winning, because what happened the day before yesterday in against Dortmund should not happen again.
yeah,
Because as like the way you are starting winning, like starting the year 2025 with all those like this series of winning, like you should not underestimate any game and
yeah. I
any
feel
club.
you. I
Like you
feel
have
you.
you have to you have to keep going.
Yeah, yeah. That's
You have to
that's
keep
really
going.
important point also.
Exactly.
Let's go about the prediction of Champions League because it's one of the most important. Because now we have some remaining clubs.
Yeah, four big clubs.
Yeah. So the prediction, like, I don't know. What do you think about the game? I know you're a Barcelona fan, but go with the facts. Like, what do you think of the
like
prediction?
like honestly, like for the Champions League this year, I'm going with Barcelona,
Like,
because
let's go first for the next first, and then after that we go for
yeah,
the final,
yeah,
and then
for the reason why I say that, like, we have Inter Milan, they are really good.
yeah,
They are really good in like, they are really big clubs. Like, but if you see, if you see like Barcelona team and Inter Milan, like, we are much more like a we are much more like better than them. Like, if I can say that, better in a term that, like, we have today some youngster, like under 20, under 20, and those Lamine Yamal, Kubarsi, and others. All of them are determined to win and achieve.
yeah.
Like,
Like,
if you see, like, even yesterday, day before yesterday, after qualifying, they were not happy because there was that game. And it's the mentality that they have bring, and that's it's a mentality that the coach Hansi Flick has put in them. Like, this year, we are not here to compete. Like, we are not here to play on it. We are not here to win everything. We are here to take everything. You see, that's the
yeah,
mentality,
yeah,
like, the
yeah,
coach has been. And I'm sure it will be a very very difficult game. Like, it
yeah.
will be very
That's
difficult
what
for Barcelona
I
and
was
and
going to talk about.
Inter
You feel
Milan to
me?
win it.
So the thing is, like, as a Real Madrid fan, I know Barcelona, like they're always having good player, but I think there was this thing of management. Like, people were talking like Xavi is not doing great. He was doing good, but but Xavi is the kind of player who grew in Spain. So Spain, they have that spirit of football, just tactic games. Like, in football also is important to work on player mind, like how
Exactly.
if you look at the other league, when you look at Bundesliga, look at Premier League, like the mentality of coach or player are different there.
Exactly.
And when you look at the difference, like when we talk about Europe, and like basically is like that's why Real Madrid people are like thinking that they are more dangerous in Champions League because the mentality that they have settled in the club, because the mentality is like whatever happened, even we
Yes.
are in the debt, we are beside the debt, we have to come back, we have to do this. So that's why they call them king of comeback, this thing. I think Hansi Flick has done like a lot of job, like it's not in sense of only technically, he has done like mental work on this player, because most of the player were there in the past season, they were with
Exactly.
Xavi,
Exactly.
so they were struggling also, but he has done great job, and the boys are playing very well this season. But I feel like the game will be tough. The
Exactly.
game will be very difficult because this team of Inter Milan also, they're having all the resources, they're having all the player. When you look at Lautaro Martinez, he's going crazy this season,
Exactly.
especially
Exactly.
in Champions League. The last goal is going crazy. And when we look at all the players they have in their team, the game will be difficult. So I know you're going for
Yeah.
Barcelona as a Barcelona fan.
Yeah.
So it's
This year, it's
but
it's full confidence.
let's see. Now
Uh,
coming to Arsenal and PSG,
Yeah.
it's also
For
it will be a
for
tough game.
for Arsenal and the PSG, I say it will go 50-50 because we have like an Arsenal which is determined to win to
Yeah,
win the Champions League and PSG also.
because there is that word that people use to say the one that beats Real Madrid, the king, is the one that's gonna win the league. Like, let's say maybe they having also that confidence will be there. That will help them. But when I
Yeah,
look at PSG, I feel like PSG is the most dangerous, but in sense of like dangerous but very calm, very like chill guy, but very dangerous.
yeah. If you can say like also Arsenal, the thing I can say is like if you see a Arsenal is if you see like the team structure
Yeah,
like Arsenal is good in defense and that's right now with those young players like there's
yeah. I think
Kelly,
they wing. They
Thomas
have they
Partey. If,
have good wing. Yeah,
even though Partey will miss the first leg, and we have Merino, like they have that that stability
I feel like
that stability in the game.
Arsenal PSG will be more on fire than Barcelona Inter Milan because it's a game that's like where there will be something like everyone. Barcelona Inter Milan, it will play on some small facts. Like Barcelona is able to do like if they have some occasion, they're gonna score and this thing, and they will defend. And same also for Inter Milan. But that team, those both team, when you look at them closely to the picture, is kind of like it's like they are on balance. They are in same balance. Like there is an equilibrium. So the
Exactly,
game will be
exactly.
very difficult.
Yeah,
And Saka is one of the best right now, playing on his position.
we have Dembele,
Hakimi is there.
Dembele
Nuno
in
Mendes
his
also
best
is there.
season.
So Dembele is going crazy.
Yeah,
Thomas Partey, but even though you miss the first leg, but
yeah,
so Martinelli, Odegaard, all of these guys are going
yeah.
declare
And
right.
that's why
So
I say like what will be the biggest like advantage for Arsenal? It will be the goalkeeper because
yeah,
if you see
Raya is
right,
going is
yeah,
good. It's
and
very good.
also in the other hand, Donnarumma,
Yeah. Donnarumma is doing great, but
Donnarumma is doing great, but he's someone like
sometimes
you cannot always rely on,
yeah, that guy
like
sometimes
because
is don't give your hopes to him.
yeah, like he's not always at 100%. But it will be fun to watch.
Yeah,
It will be fun to watch.
yeah. Let's wait and see.
Mm.
So I think that we have touched every point, like everything about football, about like let's say basically like everything, Premier League or Champions League,
La
Europa League. So
Liga and all those things.
yeah, so this is I think we are going to the end. We are in the end because we almost touched everything. We'll wait for the next week and see what will happen, and then
Exactly. So before leaving, I'll give my prediction for the UCL final and the Europa League.
yeah.
For the UCL final, I'll go obviously with Barcelona,
Haha, come on.
and for the Europa League, I will go with another hand. Like it will be a 50-50 between Atletico and Man United because if Man United went in final, they have they have possibility to win it. If
Yeah,
Atletico went to in final, they have the possibility to win it.
yeah.
That's it.
For me, my prediction will be let's say PSG and Barcelona in final. Even though I don't want Barcelona to win Inter Milan, but I know they are playing very well this season, so you have to tell the truth
Yeah,
also. So
exactly.
so PSG Barcelona in final. It will be fun because I think there is kind of revenge that spirit. So thank you guys for watching this video. So see you.